silence of the night, darker shadows cause you fright, and the raven joins in flight. We feel the pain, a sacred candle burning strong, and I don't know where I belong, as the fight is moving on our way to Babylon. On our way to Babylon. When we asked the crystal ball, could we win or lose it all? Deep in the magic castle wall, we see the way. And as the rainbow touches ground, the unicorn will make a sound. If the truth cannot be found, fly away, fly away. It's a midnight sky masquerade. In the dark, you'll be afraid. It's a midnight sky masquerade. Ghosts and demons storm the gates. Storm the gates. Tortured soul is bleeding out. The leaves in the forest start to shout. I'll kill the wizard without doubt in falling rain. And as the crystal planet spinning fast, a holy love just cannot last. Look into your long lost past, I can't believe my eyes. My eyes, as the flames burn and freedom turns into sand, I take your hand, I take your life, it's mine. The ruler of time lost his mind in the sea of eternity. It's a midnight sky masquerade. In the dark, you'll be afraid. It's a midnight sky masquerade. Ghosts and demons storm the gates. Storm the gates.
And hello, acoustic guitar fans. I really hope you're not gonna be disappointed because we are looking at the Ortega RCE138SN and the Ortega RCE158SN-TSB, I think. I don't know. Really original names there. And I hope you're not disappointed because I am not the Mr. Acoustic man. I'm I'm a normal pop rocky kind of metally, kind of funky, country-ish. I'm that. So, as I've said in the unboxing videos, this is not my cup of tea, but this is exactly what these guitars are made for. For someone like me who needs a nylon stringy sound and wants easy access to that, meaning with a pickup, preferably with a cutaway, because obviously the classical people that are classically trained, they have their 8 or 15,000 euro dollar classical guitars made by Paco de Lucia I don't know, Ortega, something made in Spain. So this is for the Otto Normalgitarrist, as we say in German, which means the, 0815, no, that's not how you say it in English. That's for the average guitar player, the pop rock guy who wants a nylon string. I have the nylon string I've used on many recordings and on big recordings with James LaBrie and other people. Every time I needed a nylon string, I used the following. I used this. Looks neat, huh? Well, if you actually look at it a lot closer, this is not a great guitar. My friend Doug Quiros gave this to me, pulled it out of the trunk of his car and said, yeah, I got this off the recycler, which is like a newspaper, used for 20 bucks. So this is what I've been using all these years. It's even still kind of in tune. It's very dusty. So you can see there's like glue here. It actually looks as if the fretboard has been painted on. It is most certainly not a great guitar. But that's what I've been using, and if you mic it right, it sounds good. I've gotten a lot of questions. Hey, this is a great guitar. So I'm like, yeah, it's 20 bucks. So I've used this. And my very, very first guitar, bought on January 6, 1990. Many of you were not alive back then. Is this a string has been broken? This actually is a real fretboard. Back then it cost 199 marks. That currency isn't available anymore. So at some point I actually painted that and got some spray. Yeah, I was young once. And I made it my own. So this is my very, very first guitar right here. Now I have 6 more. Yeah, I have a few more. And more coming, because you never ever have enough guitars. So, those are my nylons. Now let's look at the other ones. We're of course gonna look at a whole bunch of options of how to play them. But you know what, before we do this, let's listen to a real professional classical player. Check those puppies out. This really nice man is Peter. He actually was the boss of the music school where I started learning about many years ago. Many years ago. Yes. So he knows how to handle the nylon strings a lot better than I do. Of course, I'm going to show you how to do this in metal. But what you just heard, that's kind of the main field of these guitars. What do you think?
It's fine. It's a fine guitar. It's a little heavy, but it sounds good.
Let's switch with this one. Welche findet ihr denn schöner? Die? The girls like the sunburst more.
Bisschen sanfter als die, ist fetter vom.
Ja.
Müssten wir eigentlich.
Guck mal, was der kann. Der hat es richtig drauf. Hat einen guten Lehrer. I think that should do it for the demonstration of the classical portion of this demo. Say hi to Peter. Say thank you, Peter. Everyone say thank you. Whatever, you're not polite.
Schön. Aber für den Preis. Ne?
Yep, that was Peter Hagen. Very, very old friend of mine. No, he's not old. I mean, he's an old friend of mine. He's not a very, very old man. Here is Sarah, who actually started playing classical guitar and does it much better than I do, checking these two out and just giving us, her interpretation of those guitars. Check her out, Sarah. So Sarah just made the big mistake, I gotta come down here, and said, yeah, I can play some classical guitar, so don't you feel stupid now?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So we're gonna listen to her play the Spanische Romance, which probably is, in English, a Spanish romance, but it probably has some Spanish name. La Romanza España. I don't know. Which one do you like more?
I would say the first because it was a bit harder, but I like the feeling a bit more, and the sound maybe a little softer, and for me like a bit quieter, and
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I like it.
So there you go. Now we're gonna look at me doing it badly. Haribo. And we're gonna. As you've seen in the unboxing, they do come in a very nice gig bag. They do include a neat strap. I mean, come on. Strap costs you, what, 20 bucks or something? So, if it's included, that is nice. The gig bag is nice and has two pockets, a big pocket and a small pocket which has, there's a little Imbusschlüssel, a little Allen wrench in here, probably for the neck. So, gig bag, very nice. The RCE, I always said RBC, I don't know why. The RCE138SN clocks in at 350 bucks, whereas the 158 clocks in at 499, I think. Difference primarily is it's the same preamp. It's actually pretty much the same guitar. Difference is the 158 actually has the little woodeny knobby looking things, whereas the 138 has white ones. This one is a natural. You can also get this one in natural. A lot of you in the unboxing videos preferred the natural look over the sunburst look because it's not so classic for a classical guitar. But hey, to each his own, as they say. Whatever floats your boat. Main difference between the two is that this one is Rosewood back and sides, Zagen, in Deutsch, zagen, the sides. And this one is Mahogany. I love saying Mahogany because it can fall so heavily on the organy. We're going to start with the organy. The tuner is very neat. It's built into the side and it's into the preamp, which has bass, middle, and treble controls, volume. It has a phase reverse for reasons that will be apparent at some point to you, not to me. And a volume. I know there's probably, if you have, I don't know. Maybe if you're miking it and using the preamp at the same time, a phase reverse is a good idea. That's what it's for. So let me show you the preamp, if you can actually figure this, see this. Here we go. Not the preamp, the tuner. So you turn on tuner, and then the Ortega lights up, which is kind of neat. And then, well, you know what? You tune it. Let me see if I can do this. So, the Mahogany one. The way we're miking this is with an MS technique, meaning we have a ribbon mic here. Doesn't have to be ribbon, just has to be mic that does figure 8 in this direction and one that does cardioid in this direction. Then you use a MS plugin, or what you can do is you actually doubling this track, putting one on the right side, phase reversing it on the left side, and keeping this one in the middle. And there are plugins who do that for you just with the stereo track, which I have, which is a plugin alliance, a plugin called, what is it called? The BX something version 2. And it gives you a very nice wide sound. So that is something that you can do if you're actually miking this. And please notice, which is very, very cool, I'm actually doing all this. See those two mics standing right here? They're actually coming from one stand. That's a Triad Orbit stand. I'm going to put a picture right there. Do you see the picture? Pretty damn cool, huh? Okay, so here we go. So I love these things for soloing. For obviously I'm playing with the pick because that's what I do. It's very nice for put some reverb on it, compress it a little bit, and you can put beautiful solos in your pop songs. Very nice round tone. Obviously you can play with the fingers if you know how to do it, which I don't necessarily know. I'll try. let's compare and contrast. So here, this was the mahogany one. Mahogany neck, all that stuff, rosewood fretboard. So here we have rosewood back, rosewood sides, mahogany neck, looks a little bit more purplish, the neck. And sunburst, which again, you can get this one, of course, in natural as well. But with the rosewood sides, we're gonna give it a little tune ski. So, same stuff. Similar in tone, if you ask me. This is a little bit faster, a little bit knackiger, as we say in German. Crunchier. No, it's a little bit faster in the attack. That's really all I can feel right now. They seem to project the same way. Obviously, the next thing we want to know is, I'm going to turn the recording off on the MS here. Just using this mic, how does it sound with a little acoustic amp? Well, we'll find out. The battery's down here, by the way. So you just click this out, put it back in. Very neat. So, very neat, tiny little amp. You want to play a little gig, put some reverb on it. EQ to your liking. For stuff like this, I would probably prefer a nylon string to a steel string. Seriously. How does it go again? I don't know anymore. The John Mayer song. Ah. I really hope that's not distorting too much. And one problem I'm having is on the steel strings, or steel wrapped strings. The frets feel not very, I don't want to say bend friendly because he wouldn't bend, but vibrato friendly, because we do vibrato up and down often, and on the, I think you have to go and do the classic vibrato because the guitar really doesn't like it when you do. Up and down is fine here, but on the steel strings, it does that scratchy sound. So for an electric player, that's not perfect. So you'd really have to do a classic vibrato. Let's contrast and compare. Oh, we are far from done, just so that you know. If you ask me, very, very similar. Now, the last discipline, going straight into a recording solution, which is what we're doing now. When you do this, obviously you're going to do some post-production. I use the Universal Audio Ocean Wave plugin, which is absolutely amazing. It gives the guitar some room, it gives it some space to breathe. So don't just put a reverb on it, find a recording solution like that. The Ocean Wave plugin is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna refrain from doing that here, because it would just make it way longer. Gonna give it volume. Perfect, there we are. So, we're gonna test the direct sound. I have no idea what we're doing. Why don't we do some of 69? Because, you know, that's something you would play when you do an acoustic cover gig. tell you right away, $350, freaking ridiculous. It plays well. I mean, yes, the vibrato thing gets scratchy on the steel strings, but for $349 with the case, with the strap, it's pretty. It's got a preamp, it's got a tuner built in. Absolutely unfreaking beatable. So let's check her brother. Little bit brighter, a little bit faster. You want to hear it with that plugin? Come on, yeah, we'll do that too. So here's something that I'm gonna play now with that Ocean Wave plugin plugged in, turned on. And off. And on. Do you hear that? There's a phasey kind of sound on the low strings. When I'm playing in this area here. Not back here, but here. Kind of boing, do you hear that? What is that? Let's investigate. Does this one do it too? Definitely rounder and warmer. It's there too. Don't know what that is. So, what's my 2 cents? That's pretty simple. The guitars for the price are really amazing. I have to say that. On the 158, I only found it feels as if maybe there was some tool grabbing the F hole. the sound hole while it was being painted, and that tool kind of left 2 marks where it wasn't painted. If you can see that right here. No, you cannot. Wait, you have to go from this side. Right there. There's a little spot where it didn't get paint or paint got scraped off. And that's, of course, a spot that you look at the whole time when you're staring down on your guitar. Here. There's the truss rod, by the way, in there. You probably can't see this. Right there. In there is the truss rod, which is nice. Truss rod on a nylon string, it's usually difficult to adjust the neck. Here you can do it. So these are modernized versions of classical guitars. They have the pins right there. Again, this is a tiny detail. That's really the one thing I could find. I really like the dots, by the way, on the sides. The dots are very nice, because most classical guitars don't have them, only have them in 5 and 7. Here you have 3, 5, 7, 12, 15, 17. So yeah, the bottom line is they are very nice guitars, even with the scratchiness on the 3 lower strings when you do vibrato, and even with the plock sound. Don't quite know what that is when you plug it in with the preamp, but we have to be honest. $349, $499 with case and strap, cutaway. They feel nice, they play nice. For us electric guitar players, for us pop rock players, they are a very nice and inexpensive way to get that sound when we need it. We might need it for a gig, we might need it for our acoustic gig where we have our steel string, but then we also have the option of grabbing that for a song or two. For a studio, great. Absolutely. Use that for a nice solo sound, or even like solo long W steel string. There's a lot of things you can do. So, Ortega has most certainly found a fan in me, even though I have some things to bitch about, but you gotta bitch about stuff. Obviously, a guitar for $349 isn't perfect. Cannot be. I would even find shit on a guitar for $5,000 that's not perfect, because that's my job. I bitch about stuff. So there you go. The Ortega RCE138SN and RCE158SN. Way to go on the naming, guys. Come on, come up with cooler names. Call it Pablo. Or Bongo Carl, or Abai. You don't get this. This is Bartels. You have no idea. That's like a German comedy troupe from way back then. You have no idea. No idea you have. None. Go away. That's way too much information already.